Hello everybody, welcome back to Matt Chats. As promised, I decided today to record just a short video with probably one of my favourite skills from a particular treatment modality. It's from a modality called acceptance and commitment therapy. And if you have a little search online or on YouTube for a guy called Russ Harris, he seems to be the guru when it comes to acceptance and commitment therapy. He's got books and things that you can buy on Amazon. So this skill, it's called drop anchor, and it's particularly good for people that struggle with really strong emotions, so anxiety, trauma responses. It can be really good just to ground people and to be able to remain present, and be able to get on, just to be able to get on with your day. So the idea is, or I suppose the theory goes that when we experience anxiety, trauma responses, etc., it almost feels like we leave his body. We experience really strong, intense feelings created by cortisol and adrenaline that's been released from us reptilian brain, and that activates as the emotional brain and amygdala, and then that obviously creates a response, a behavioural response. It's often known as fight and flight. So there's an acronym, and it's really easy to remember, and it's ACE. So, and it's really important that you follow the structure of this. The process is really important. So A is acceptance or acknowledgement. So acknowledgement of the feeling or thought or emotion. So that can be by, what we want you to do is, in that moment, we want you to become self-aware. So, okay, I'm feeling anxious. So let's analyse that. What is it that's making us feel anxious? Does it serve a purpose, that anxiety? I think it's really important to add here that anxiety and panic, it's really important to remember that anxiety and panic, it's not harmful. It's not going to kill us. I know that it might feel really different. It might feel as though we're having an heart attack, as though we're going to die in more extreme cases, but it's not harmful. It's a response to a perceived threat, and it's just your brain doing its job. It's your brain releasing, like we've mentioned, cortisol and adrenaline to respond appropriately, or what it thinks might be appropriate, which is the fight and flight response. Is that anxiety based on a realistic threat or fear of something, or are we in a what I like to call a doom loop? Are we catastrophizing? Are we thinking of the worst case scenario, which is then stopping us from doing what we would like to be able to do? And then once we've got an awareness or understanding, and we've acknowledged the thought or the feeling, we can then move on to the C, the next section, which is connecting to your body. And that can be done multiple different ways. But the way that I like to do it is just be aware of my body. So sometimes we take things for granted, we do things subconsciously. So an example of that would be breathing. We don't think about breathing, we just do it. It's subconscious. We don't really think about his feet touching the floor either. We don't think about any application of pressure through his feet to the floor. So I like to tell patients to just apply a little bit of pressure, just through your feet to the floor. Just be aware that your feet are touching the floor, and then just sit up nice and straight, and just place the palm of your hands on your thighs, and pull your elbows in to touch your sides. So we've got a little bit of pressure going through his feet to the floor, and then we pulled his arms nice and tight into his sides, and we placed his palms on his lap or on his thighs. And then we can move on to the next section, which is E, which is experience the now, or engage in the now. So we can do that again. There's multiple different ways, and you can be flexible with this. But the way that I like to do it, I like to consider or think about my senses. So I'm thinking about all my senses. I'm thinking of my hearing, my sight, my smell, my taste, and my touch. So what I would tell patients is, I would say, in this section, I like to go from top to bottom. So I work my way down. So I'll start off with just listing maybe 3 or 4 things that I can hear at the time. I'm in a really quiet attic space at the moment, so I can't really I can just hear myself speaking. Can't really hear anything. I can hear a little bit of traffic in my central heating. Then I'm thinking about, what does that sound like? Is it repetitive? Is it soft, or is it loud? Things like this. So let's not just list. Let's just describe it, and allow us brain that time that it needs. Particular part of brain as well. I mentioned it earlier. So it's amygdala. Amygdala re-regulates, and we can help it to do that by providing it enough oxygen. So breathing properly is another really good way to re-regulate as amygdala. But these connecting to our senses, that also helps as well to re-regulate. So then I will move on, like I said, to me. I'll move from hearing to sight. So what can I see? I just think I'll think about a couple of things that I might be able to see. So in front of me, I've got a chess set, and I can see black and a creamy coloured chess set and a chessboard. And then I've got obviously my camera and my tripod, which is black. It's quite smooth. And then and so on. So what can we smell? A couple of things that you might be able to smell at the time. What am I tasting? What have I had? So what have I had to eat for my lunch maybe, or have I just had a coffee? Is it pleasant? Is it unpleasant? And then if we can't touch anything, actually reach out and touch something. So I'll just touch my microphone. I've got a microphone. So it's quite soft, it's smooth, it's quite cold. That's the example. And that can really help in situations, like I said earlier, in which we feel as though as thoughts or as emotions are too strong to be able to manage, leading to fight and flight, which then leads to avoidance sometimes, which can potentially lead us into low mood. And I like to use the phrase that avoidance waters the anxiety plant. And that anxiety plant will get bigger and bigger and bigger the more that we avoid things. So let's do things, let's learn things that help us to overcome that barrier and not avoid. Let's not avoid. Let's do the things that we want to do. Thank you very much for watching, and there will be another guest episode out. In fact, I've not put Stacey out yet. So the Stacey episode 2, will be released on the 16th of December at 6 o'clock. So keep your eyes peeled. It'll be great to get you to like and subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends. Anybody that you think might benefit from watching these videos. Get in touch if you want to be a part of the channel. If you want to come on, if you want to share your story, get in touch with me. Send me a direct message, and we'll sort something out. That'll be fab. Thank you very much, and thanks again for watching and being a part of this new journey.